children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well and studying well. So children, aren't you finding science quite elaborate and giving us knowledge about so many things around us? Alright, so children, we've already looked at living, non-living things, we've looked at plants. Now it's time to look at another living thing which is known as animals and the feeding habits of animals. Okay, so here we are going to learn about herbivores, carnivores, omnivores and the food chain. So, children, we all know that we are all interdependent on each other, plants, animals and human beings, isn't it? So, here we are going to talk about animals and how do they get their food, what are their eating habits, okay? Animals are living things and perform various activities like jumping, moving from one place to another in search of food, water and shelter, etc. For this, they require energy and this energy is provided to them by the food they eat. So, we all require energy to do different activities, okay, for our body to function. Similarly, when animals, because they are living organisms, they also require food which gives them the energy. Alright, now, food provides them nutrients needed for their good health, okay. So, food provides them nutrients for good health, to grow, okay, and to develop themselves. Alright, now, let us talk about the different types of animals, okay. So, these animals, they are categorized on the basis of their eating habits, okay, or food habits. So, based on the type of food different animals eat, they are of three main types, okay. Herbivores. What are herbivores? They are animals like sheep, goats, cows, horses, rabbits, camels, etc. that eat only plants or parts of the plant. They are called herbivores or herbivorous animals. So, there are certain animals like sheep, goats, cows, horses, rabbits, camels, giraffe, they eat only plants or parts of the plants and that is why they are known as the herbivores. Alright. Now, what are carnivores? Animals that eat the flesh of other animals, okay. They are called carnivores. A few examples of carnivorous animals are lions, tigers, wolves, snakes, foxes, etc. Now, carnivores do not eat plants, they eat only the flesh of other animals. They hunt their prey and they kill it and they eat the flesh of other animals. Now, omnivores. What are omnivores? Bear, crow and wild dog. They eat both plants and the flesh of other animals. Such animals are called omnivores or omnivorous animals, okay. Humans are omnivorous too. So, what are omnivorous means? They can eat plants as well as they eat the flesh of animals, okay. So, crow for example, okay, it can eat, if you try to feed a crow, it will eat whatever vegetables you give it to them, okay. Any type of food that you cook and you give it to a crow, it will eat. At the same time, you must have sometimes seen that a crow, if you see there is a dead animal lying, okay, by the roadside or something, you will always find crows around it trying to peck it and eat from it. So, they can eat both plants as well as animals, okay. So, that is why they are known as omnivorous. We humans also are omnivorous animals because we do eat plants as well as certain people eat non-vegetarian, that means they eat the meat of other animals also, okay. Now, how animals eat, okay, what are the different ways by which animals eat, because if you look at the animals, they look different, okay, their mouth, okay, is different. Now, different animals have different ways of eating food. The type of food they eat decides the shape of mouth, jaw and teeth of animals. So, it all depends on the shape of the mouth, jaws and the teeth, okay. So, gnaw food, okay. Animals like rats, rabbits, squirrels, they eat seeds, fruits and other plant materials which they break open with their sharp, long front teeth. This is known as gnawing, okay. They bite and gnaw their food with these teeth. So, look, have you ever seen a squirrel, the way it eats okay, and it generally eats nuts, okay. So, it breaks open that because they have the sharp long front teeth, okay. Now, certain animals, they suck food, okay, mosquitoes, bed bugs and leeches, they suck the blood of other animals, okay. The butterfly has a long sucking type tube called the proboscis, okay, to suck nectar from flowers. Proboscis is a long flexible tube like straw that is the butterfly's tongue. So, it catches its prey with the tongue, okay, and this is known as proboscis. This long sucking type tube is known as the proboscis, okay. Now, certain animals, they bite and chew food, okay. Plant eaters have sharp front teeth to bite off plants. They also have strong and flat back teeth that help them to grind their food properly, okay. Some herbivores first bite the plant and swallow it quickly and chew it after some time. They bring back the food into the mouth and chew it properly with the back teeth. This is called as chewing the cud. So, children, certain animals, okay, plant eaters, they have sharp front teeth. Their front teeth are very sharp and then they bite off the plants, okay. Now, they also have strong and flat back teeth, okay, which help them in order to grind the food properly. Now, children, you must have have you ever observed a cow, okay? What happens? You will always see that the cow is munching something. Now, this process, okay, is known as, okay, what happens is they first bite the plant and then they swallow it quickly, okay, and then they get that food back again, okay, and then they start chewing it, okay. Now, when they bring back the food into the mouth and chew it properly, okay, with the back teeth. Now, this process is known as chewing the cud, okay. So, firstly they eat the food quickly, then they bring it back and then they start chewing it, okay. So, that is known as chewing the cud, okay. Now, swallow food. Now, snakes, they swallow things as a whole because they do not have teeth designed for chewing, okay. So, snake, if you see, if you have watched any movies, snake related movies and all, you will see that they eat the entire prey like that only, okay, as a whole. Now, these snake, okay, their teeth, they are not designed for chewing, but they can use their teeth to grab and hold their prey, okay. So, they can grab the prey, they can hold it, but they cannot chew, okay. So, they eat it as a whole. Now, a frog has a long sticky tongue which is used to catch its prey. When a frog spots an insect, it sticks out its tongue, catches the insect and rolls back the tongue inside the mouth. So, the frog has a long sticky tongue, okay. So, it opens its mouth, throws off its tongue outside, catches its prey, that is the insect, and it sticks on the tongue and the frog quickly rolls back his tongue inside the mouth, okay. Now, certain animals, they tear the food, okay. Flesh eating animals like lions, tigers, they have special long pointed teeth to tear the flesh, okay. They tear the flesh. Their back teeth are used to grind and chew the meat and bones, okay. So, the teeth are made in a different manner itself, alright. Now, let us look at the food chain. What do you understand by food chain? Okay. Plants make their food with sunlight, water and nutrients. Animals directly or indirectly depend on plants for their food, okay. So, in nature, a food chain shows who eats whom, okay. All food chain, they begin with plants. So, every food chain, it begins with a plant. For example, grass is eaten by rabbit, rabbits are eaten by snakes, snakes are eaten by eagles, okay. So, this forms a simple food chain, clear. So, that is how it is, everything is interdependent on each other, clear. Alright, now let us do a quick revision of the chapter. Animals get energy from the food they eat. Based on the types of food animals eat, they can be herbivores, carnivores or omnivores. Some animals tear and chew food. Some swallow food as whole. Some gnaw food. Okay? Some chew the cud. Some tear flesh, while some suck food. The chain of food eating and being eaten is called the food chain. All food chain starts with green plants. Alright? Now let's evaluate you all by these exercises. Multiple choice questions. Take the correct answer. Which of the following is carnivore? Wolf, deer, crow or giraffe? It is the wolf. Which of the following animal does not chew the cud? Okay, cow, sheep, buffalo or tiger. Okay, so the tiger does not chew the cud. Okay, what is the long sucking tube of a butterfly called? Gills, proboscis, trunk or spiracle? It is the proboscis. Food is required for energy, healthy body, growth or all of these? It is for all of these, okay, to get energy, to grow, to have a healthy body. Alright, now fill in the blanks. Snake teeth are not used for chewing, okay. Dash and dash chew the cud. Cow and buffalo chew the cud. Bear and crow are omnivores, okay. Frogs have long, sticky tongue. A food chain always starts with plants. Alright. Now, write T for true and F for false statement. A horse gnaws its food. False. Okay. It does not gnaw its food. It eats its food. Okay. Chews its food. Squirrels and rats have a pair of long front teeth to bite their food. It is true. Animals can make their own food. Okay. It is false. They cannot make their own food. They depend on the plants for their food or other animals. Carnivores have sharp, flat and broad front teeth. Okay, that is true. Mosquitoes and leeches suck blood. True. Alright. Odd one out. Mosquito, leech, bug and frog. Frog is the odd one out. The rest of them suck blood. Crow, human, snake, bear. Snake is the odd one because the rest of them are omnivores. Lion, snake, wolf, a tiger, okay, which is odd? Snake, okay. The rest of them are carnivores. Alright, now cow, eagle, goat or sheep, okay, which is the odd one here? The eagle. Alright, now look at the images and say how each of these animals eat food. Choose from the option given in the box. Okay. Now, how does a camel eat food? Camel bites and chews its food. Okay. Now, snake, it sucks and it swallows its prey as a whole. Okay. Butterfly sucks the food. Okay. Now, rat, okay, it tears the food and it gnaws it. Okay. The lion, okay, what does the lion do? It chews the food. Okay. It tears the food and it eats it. Okay. The frog, it sucks the food using its tongue. Name the following. 1. Animals that eat meat only, they are carnivores. Animals that eat plants as well as animals, they are omnivores. They bite food with sharp front teeth. Okay, they are the animals like rat, squirrel, they gnaw the food. Okay, animals that eat flesh of other animals, they are known as the carnivores. Okay, now short answer questions. Name some herbivorous animals. So we can say giraffe, we can say goat. Okay, name any 2 animals that gnaw food, rat, squirrel. Why do all food chains start with plants? Because plants are the main source of food, okay, on earth. So, animals, they eat plant and then these animals are eaten by other animals or by humans. So, that process is known as the food chain, which always begins with plants. Okay. Now, What kind of teeth do these plant eating animals have? Plant eating animals have sharp front teeth to bite off the plants. Alright. Now, next question is, what is a food chain? Give an example to explain. So, what is a food chain? We've already seen that the food chain is always, it always begins with the plants. Okay. So, plants make their food with the sunlight, water and nutrients. Okay. Now, animals directly or indirectly are dependent on the plants for their food. Okay. Now, in a food chain, we always see who eats whom. Like all food chain begin with plants. For example, grass is eaten by rabbits, rabbits are eaten by snakes, and snakes are eaten by eagle. So, in turn this becomes the food chain. You can use any other example as well. Alright. Now, explain the term chewing the cud. Okay. So, there are certain animals, what happens is that they take in the food. Okay. Some herbivores, they first bite the plant. They swallow it quickly and then they chew after some time. Okay. So, in that process they bring back the food, okay, into the mouth and then they start chewing it properly. So, this process is known as the chewing of the cud. Okay. Now, critical thinking skills. What would happen if all the flesh eating animals disappear from the forest? Okay. So, if all these things happen, even if one element is missing, okay, the entire food chain will get disturbed because we are all dependent on each other. So, these flesh eating animals, okay, they, if you see that if they disappear, who is going to eat the animals? Okay. So, they are all dependent on each other, any type of animal. Okay. So, flesh eating animals, they eat the small animals, okay, and that matter which stays in the soil, okay, if that matter which is there in the soil, that helps for the nutrients to be built. At the same time, it is also the food of scavengers who survive on the dead and decaying animals. So, that is why every animal, okay, is very important in the nature. Categorize the following animals into herbivores, carnivores or omnivores on the basis of the feeding habits. Panda, shark, beetle, antelope and alligator. So, quickly find out all the information and do this. Now, case based study. Animals that eat only plants are called herbivores or herbivorous animals. Their mouths are developed for chewing and grinding their food. Okay. They have sharp and broad front teeth called incisors. These teeth help them to bite seeds and fruits. They also have flat, broad and strong teeth at the back called molars. These flat teeth help herbivores to chew their food easily. Animals like yaks, horses, goats, elephants, etc., they are called herbivores. Some grass-eating animals like cows, buffaloes and sheep first swallow grass without chewing it. After some time, they bring it back into the mouth. Then they chew it with their grinding teeth. This is called chewing the cud or masticating. Okay. Animals that feed only on the flesh of other animals are called carnivores or carnivorous animals. They do not eat plants. All carnivores have sharp, okay, curved pointed teeth at the front called canines. They use canines to tear the flesh. Okay. Even we have canines, okay, in our mouth which help us in the tearing of flesh. So, when we talk about teeth, okay, we will learn this in more detail. Okay. Now, the strong grinding teeth at the back of their mouth are called molars, okay, which help them to chew flesh and bones. Animals like lions, fox, tigers, leopards, etc. are carnivores. Other flesh-eating animals such as snakes eat small animals such as birds, mice, eggs of birds, etc. As they do not have chewing teeth, so they swallow their food. Animals that eat both plants and flesh of other animals are called omnivores or omnivorous animals. Animals like bear, squirrel, dogs, etc. are omnivores. Human beings are also omnivores. Okay. Now, who have broad teeth? Carnivores, herbivores, omnivores, or none of these? So, the broad teeth are the ones that the herbivores have. Okay. Now, who have sharp, curved, pointed teeth at the front called canines? Carnivores, herbivores, omnivores, or none of these? They are the carnivores. So, what are herbivores? Herbivores are the animals, okay, that eat only plants. Okay. Now, what are carnivores? Carnivores are the animals that eat the flesh of other animals. Okay. And what are omnivores? Omnivores are the animals that eat both plants as well as the flesh of animals. Alright. Now, life skills, caring of your pet. I am sure that some of you all do have a pet at home. So, how do you care about it? If you have already known about this and if you are taking good care of your pet, you must share this knowledge with others. For those who plan to have a pet at home, you must keep this in your mind, okay? Which animal you want to keep as pet? Firstly, which animal is it that you want to keep as a pet? If you already have one, what do you give your pet to eat? So, if you have a dog, if you have a cat, what are you feeding them? Okay, how does it move and how does it breathe? Do you take care of your pet? And how do you know that your pet is happy? Okay, we should love our pets and look after them well. So, children, when we get good food to eat, when we get food on time, when people love us, pamper us, we are very happy. In the similar manner, okay, pets do not have any expectations from us. All they need, okay, is good food, they need good hygiene, cleanliness and some water to drink and lots of pampering and love and care. Okay. So, do love your pets and take good care of them. Alright, now let us do something new. What we have to do is we have to collect pictures of herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. We have to make a beautiful and colorful collage from them by pasting them on a chart paper. So, collect the pictures, paste them on a chart paper and make a collage. Now, read the following incomplete poem on food chain. Okay. Don't break the food chain. No, no, no. Don't pollute in the food chain. No, no, no. It's the food chain connecting living things, you know, helping plants and animals and people to grow. So, don't break the food chain by polluting in the food chain. Every living thing is part of the food chain and three main categories. Let's go. So, you have to complete the above poem by adding your own lines. Okay. Now, explore. Herbivores have strong back teeth to grind the plant parts, whereas carnivores have front sharp teeth to tear the flesh. Omnivores feed on both plants as well as animals. So, what type of teeth do they have? So, what type of teeth do omnivores have? Okay, and do they have any special type of teeth to feed on both? Okay, is what you have to find out. Alright, but before you find this out, you know what you have to do, right? You need to read this chapter, you need to complete all the exercises, okay? And then you can start finding this information. Alright children, get going.